What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome to Match Day 18. This is for the weekend. I know that there was a couple games last night. In the comments of the last video, I did put in some predictions, real quick ones. I do believe that I got the Austin game correct, but not perfect. I think I picked 2-0, and they actually won 1-0 last night. And then Atlanta, I really was hoping Atlanta would win. They scored first, was up 1-0 real late in the game, and then pretty much handed it to the Red Bulls to win 2-1. I predicted a 2-0 victory for the Red Bulls, but let's go ahead and jump into match day 18. So first up, we have Toronto FC versus Seattle Sounders. Currently, Toronto is 3 wins and 2 losses in the last 5, whereas Seattle Sounders are 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. Toronto is sitting very close to the bottom in the East, and Seattle is making their way up, even in their last game they lost 2-1 over Montreal. Currently, Seattle have won the last 3 games against Toronto, and they have scored 11 in their last 5 matches. That's kind of hard to believe. That's a pretty good stat there. So, with that being said, I do believe Seattle goes on the road and wins this game in Toronto 2-1. There at BMO Field. So moving on, we have Vancouver Whitecaps versus LAFC. Currently, Vancouver is 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in the last 5, and LAFC mimics that. Currently, LA is first in the West, whereas Whitecaps are 11th. Whitecaps, though, are unbeaten in the last 7 home games, and LAFC is now averaging 2.1 goals a game, whereas I think last video they were just 2 goals a game, so that bumped up a little bit. The last time that these two teams played was in LA, and LA won 3-1. With that being said, I believe that the Whitecaps continue their unbeaten streak at home, not with a win, but another draw. I believe this game ends in a 1-1 draw. There at BC Place. So moving on, we have NYCFC versus Atlanta United. Currently, NYCFC is 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses. Atlanta is 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses. My Atlanta United, they're struggling. I hope they pick it up. I hope it starts to turn around for them. Currently, NYCFC is 4th in the East, whereas Atlanta is 11th. These two teams' history together, both teams have won against each other 4 times, and they have drawn 3. The last time that they played in New York at Yankee Stadium, New York won 2-0. Atlanta has not won a road game in the last 7 matches. So, unfortunately, I don't want to say this. I hate saying this because I don't want my team to lose. But I think NYCFC is just too good, and they're going to defend their home and get back to their winning ways because they haven't won a game in the last 4, and they will win this game against Atlanta 2-1 there at Yankee Stadium. So we move over to Columbus Crew versus Philadelphia Union. Currently, Columbus is 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, and the Union mimic that. 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in the last 5. Philadelphia is 3rd in the East, whereas Columbus is 9th. So Columbus is still in striking range to get into that playoff spot. I feel like games are going to ramp up. It's going to be more willing to win. So I think either next weekend or the weekend after, I think we're going to start seeing some more goals here in the MLS. But just my opinion. So currently, Philadelphia, the last 3 games have won. But they have also all 3 been in Philadelphia at Subaru Park. The last time that these two teams played in Columbus was April 18th of 2021, and it ended up in a 0-0 draw. Philadelphia have scored 6 goals in their last 5 games. So this one was kind of hard, kind of difficult for me because the Union are 3rd. Union are good, but Columbus has been pretty good so far. And I think especially at home, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to have to go, though. I'm going to have to go with the home team winning 1-0 for Columbus Crew over the Union. So moving on, we have New England Revs versus FC Cincinnati. Currently, the Revs are 2 wins and 3 draws in the last 5. FC Cincinnati is 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in the last 5. This is going to be a close matchup, in my opinion. Also, it reflects that in the standings. FC Cincinnati is 6th, the Revs are 7th. I knew that the Revs were going to turn it around from that terrible beginning of the season. Also, I think they no longer have Matt Turner, I believe. I could be wrong. Anyway, the Revs are unbeaten in the last 7 home games, and FC Cincinnati have conceded the most penalties this season, which is 5. Just a fun fact to throw out there. I think this is going to be a good game at first, but I do believe that the Revs are going to win this game 3-1, probably late in the game. They're definitely going to get that third goal late in the game just to seal the deal. So next up, we have Minnesota United versus Real Salt Lake. Minnesota is 1 win and 4 losses in the last 5. Hopefully they're turning that around because their last game was a win. Real Salt Lake are 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in the last 5. Real Salt Lake are 3rd in the table, where Minnesota United is 10th. Currently, these two teams against each other, Minnesota have 4 wins. Real Salt Lake only has 2 wins against Minnesota. They have drawn 5. Minnesota has not kept a clean sheet in the last 11 games, so that one's hard for me. I mean, the goal scoring and everything, and I do believe that Real Salt Lake is going to go on the road and win this game in Minnesota 2-0. So we're just moving right along here. We have Sporting KC versus New York Red Bull. Currently, Sporting is 2 wins and 3 losses in the last 5, and Red Bull are 3 wins and 2 losses in the last 5. These two teams are pretty even against each other. Both are splitting 7 wins against each other and 5 draws. Red Bulls haven't scored in the last 3 away matches. I do believe that they changed that in this game, but they still do not win. I think Sporting win this game 2-1 at home at Children's Mercy Park. So another Sunday game here. We have Houston Dynamo versus Charlotte FC. Houston currently are 1 win and 4 losses in the last 5. I'm very surprised by this. I thought that they would do a lot better, and I keep believing in them and keep thinking that they're going to win these games. And then Charlotte on the other side there, they have 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses in the last 5. I don't believe that these two teams have played each other before. I mean, granted, Charlotte, this is their first, season. Charlotte set 10th in the East, where Houston set 9th in the West. This one was a hard one for me because I keep on this thing of Houston Dynamo winning. Charlotte have been very inconsistent. They lost their last game against Austin, which was last night, Thursday night. And I had to go. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game there at PNC Stadium. I think Houston's going to win this game 3-2. I know that is an oddball, out of the blue scoreline, but I think it could happen. So moving on, we have Nashville SC versus the Portland Timber. Nashville currently are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in the last 5, and the Portland Timbers are also 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in the last 5. Portland, however, are on a 3-game unbeaten streak. Nashville is sitting 5th in the table. Timber are just outside a playoff spot at 8. These two teams have played against each other one time, and the Timber won that game 1-0, but they were in Portland. Nashville, however, are number 1 away, even though they're playing at home. I don't know why I brought that stat up. The Timber haven't won an away game in their last 7 matches, and I believe that continues. I believe that Nashville win this game pretty handedly, and I think they win this game 3-1 at home. Quakes versus the Chicago Fire. It's like worse against worse, unfortunately. The toilet bowl. I hate to say that. I really want Chicago to turn around. I don't know why. I want Chicago to turn around and start winning some ball games. Currently, the Earthquake are 2 draws and 3 losses in the last 5. Chicago are 2 wins and 3 losses in the last 5. These two teams have split wins against each other at 5, and they've drawn 2. The Earthquake haven't scored in their last 2 matches, and Chicago Fire haven't scored an away goal in the last 7 matches. I do, however, believe that they do change that but it is not a win. I believe that these two teams at PayPal Park tie this game 1-1. Neither team is scoring too much. I know that I think 3 games ago San Jose scored 2, but these two teams are not scoring a lot. So I'm going to go with 1-1 there at PayPal Park. So our first game of Monday, and people are watching this on Monday or even for this weekend, happy 4th of July for all the Americans out there. Please be safe this weekend. So here we have Orlando City versus DC United. Currently, Orlando is 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in the last 5. And poor DC United, who sat last in the East, 1 draw and 4 losses in the last 5. Orlando has not kept a clean sheet, though, in 7 games. So this is your chance, DC United, to score a couple goals. Do I think you're going to do it? No, not away. So, and they haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 7 matches. DC United have also not won in the last 7 matches. So, I think that's going to continue, and I actually think Orlando dominates this game. And I think that they win 3-0 at home there in Orlando. So moving on, we have Colorado Rapid versus Austin FC. Colorado currently are 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in the last 5. Austin FC have cooled down a little bit recently with 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in the last 5. They are currently sitting 2nd in the West, and Colorado are 12th. These two teams have played each other 3 times, Colorado winning twice, Austin winning once, and the last time that they played was back in September, and Colorado won that game 3-0. I think this is going to be a good game, with Austin averaging almost 2 goals a game. I think that they scored 2 goals in this game, but I also believe that the Rapid scored 2 goals in this game, and they draw there at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. So moving on, we have FC Dallas versus Inter Miami. I really want Dallas to turn it around. Currently, Dallas is 4th in the West, whereas Inter Miami is 8th. Currently, FC Dallas are 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in the last 5, and Inter Miami are 3 wins and 2 losses in the last 5. These two teams have only played each other once. It was in Dallas back in 2020, though, and it was a 2-1 win for FC Dallas. Dallas has not kept a clean sheet in the last 8 matches, and Inter have not won a game away in their last 5 away matches. I think FC Dallas turns this around. They should have everyone back. Like Areola should be back. Ferreira should be back. I hope he gets a goal in this game just to keep that up. I really like him for the U.S. And I think he's a good player. He's got to keep grinding. I do believe that FC Dallas win this game 2-0 over Inter Miami. Next up, we have LA Galaxy versus Montreal. This is the last game of the weekend. LA Galaxy currently are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. And Montreal are 3 wins and 2 losses in the last 5. LA is pretty much dominating this series against each other. They have 4 wins. Montreal only has 1 win against them and 3 draws. LA have not kept a clean sheet in the last 9 games, and Montreal haven't kept one in the last 5. Montreal is also averaging 1.9 goals a game, so that is going to help them in this game. I do believe that they walk away with a point here against LA Galaxy, and I think they draw this game 2-2 there in LA. I think that Montreal is a very strong team. The Galaxy still have some issues, and I need to work on some things. They are 6th in the table in the West, but I do believe that Montreal draw this game away 2-2. So that is it for the weekend. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content. I've had some people comment and say that they just found the channel. If you think that someone might like the channel, let them know. Also, if there's some kind of topics that you guys want to talk about, put them in the comments below. We'll talk about them. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Hopefully I'm going to start making a little bit more TikTok videos of stuff on game days if I'm watching games. So check that out, and we'll see you next time.